We are going to look at the Rolls-Royce of pickup trucks. I'll include a link to the GMC and North Salt Lake's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood we have a 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. This one's finished in, I think, called sterling silver, but anyways, it's a nice color. You've got the fancy C-shaped headlights, and then the Denali Ultimate gets the special chrome trim for the grille to distinguish it from the other trucks. Parking sensors, body painted bumper, fog lights, as well as recovery points. And when you see this thing, it definitely looks a little bit fancier for a pickup truck. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 50 by 22. Pretty big wheels, right? And the design kind of looks like a flower. Ultimate badge there on the side, Denali down below, and then you've got the power side steps. This is a leaf sprung truck, by the way. The stands front to rear is actually pretty level, so it's nice that GMC has done that from the factory. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the GMC logo, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, tailgate drop down as well. It looks like this one has the composite bed. I'll double check on the window sticker, but it looks like the composite bed. And then it's also equipped with the multi-pro tailgate that can turn into a step system. It has the kicker sound system in it. When you want to put it away, just click that up and then just lift it up, kind of like a big bicep curl. C-shaped tail lights, and then we've got the GMC Denali badges there in the back. Bumper steps. That will cap things off for the exterior. Let's now check out the interior. This is why you go Ultimate. You've got the nice two-tone coloration, black on top, brown on the bottom, beautiful cross-stitching. That two-tone theme continues. You got topography built into the seats, so that also looks pretty. You've got some storage here in the bottom that you can use on the floor, and then you also have some storage within the seat. Very spacious cabin. You got more topography there on the back of the front seat. Cup holders in the center, heated seats, USB ports, and we've got tons of headroom. Keyless entry for up front, and let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Down below, we've got our memory seat functionality. The mirrors also power fold in, and you've got your Ultimate badge. And then more of that two-tone coloration with the fancy cross-stitching. 1476 for the payload capacity, and then towing capacity with this one is 8,900 pounds. Ultimate badge there on the front seat, perforated all down the center. The seat is power adjustable, lumbar support and massage function. The passenger also gets those fancy features. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our controls for the drive line select. This is a part-time four-wheel drive system with auto and low. It also has drive modes, tow haul mode, your light controls are built into there, and then you have your buttons for the heads-up display, as well as the steering wheel that's power adjustable. Let's hear that V8 roar. Ooh. This truck is equipped with Super Cruise. This way you have the bar at the top, Denali logo in the center. Practical controls in the front face, like your voice command controls, paddle shifters in the back with radio controls in the back, and then your Super Cruise controls there on the left-hand side. Gauge cluster is digital, and you can change the information that's displayed in the center depending on what you want to see. It will also show the drive modes off to the side. 360 camera system, lots of different views. I wonder if this has, no underbody, but plenty of viewpoints. As for the rest of the infotainment system, you can see with the screen cover there's a bit of glare. When you take it off, there's less, but there is still glare. But it responds quickly. It's got a shortcut bar on the side. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And that little button stack on the side kind of looks a little bit different, so I wonder if they actually changed the whole screen. It kind of looks different in general. Anywho, we've got dual zone climate controls up front with our heated and ventilated seat controls, as well as the heated steering wheel function, and then below that, physical shortcut buttons for stuff like your hill descent, stability, tailgate drop down, auto stop start, parking sensors, and lane departure. Shifter for the 10-speed, trailer brake controls behind that. Storage up above with some USB ports. We've got cup holders there, plenty of storage in the center console, phone charging pad with an outlet too, and you probably noticed fancy trim. More topography on the glove box. Going to be kind of hard to get a shot of that with the lighting currently. Anyways, camera rear view mirror, and then we do have a sunroof, and you probably noticed there's a fancy pants headliner. It's soft. 2026 Denali Ultimate, $87,535. And yes, it has the carbon fiber composite bed. I wouldn't forget. Let's drive it. Denali Ultimate. Let's see how the Rolls-Royce of pickup trucks performs. And we'll see if the engine makes it to the end of the review. I had to make the joke. I think it is kind of funny though that GM was like, we fixed the V8 problems. And then 25 start blowing up and they're like, oh, we're fixing the V8 problem. You either fixed it or you didn't, GM. Come on. Come on. My tinfoil hat brain still thinks it's planned obsolescence to convince people to buy the turbo 4-cylinder and to get the EV instead. Make the V8 unreliable so then people have to buy the other powertrains. Okay, what is this person doing? Anyways, let's actually see how this goes. Now it still drives like a truck, right? Leaf sprung in the rear, body on frame, solid rear axle, but it's comfortable. One downside I will say with the Denali Ultimate being with this particular setup is that you've got 22-inch wheels and you're going to feel a little bit more on the road. It's not horrible, not even close to horrible, but you do feel more than you might otherwise if it had smaller wheels. But they look good. Now when it comes to power, yeah, the 6.2, we can actually go a little bit faster even. The 6.2's got good power, it sounds great. It's an NA V8, instant response, great low-end torque. What more do you need? What more do you need? It's a fantastic powertrain. Yeah, this is very comfortable. I will say though, I did notice over those bumps, the back end, you know, being a leaf sprung solid axle truck does tend to kind of bounce a little bit. Yeah, you can feel the axle working, you can feel the leaf springs working. Now the benefit of leaf springs is longevity. Leaf springs are more durable than coil springs, generally speaking, especially if you load up the vehicle often. What that looks like on a ownership basis is coil springs, you're probably gonna have to replace them sooner. Now the good thing is that springs tend to be pretty inexpensive. So that is one argument I would say against leaf springs, is that it's like, yeah, it's more durable, but then like if you have to replace your coils, that's one of the least expensive components to replace on a vehicle, especially modern vehicles with all these electronics. So not a bad place to be. But yeah, you do get kind of more bouncing and everything. And I will say that is one downside of the GM trucks over stuff like Ram, for example. Ford still uses leaf springs, so they're still going to have a little bit of booty bouncing, I guess is what we'll call it. It's a weird thing to say in a car review, but basically what's happening. The truck's twerking. So this interior is nice. The seats are still kind of, you know, firm in normal GM fashion, by the way, but they're nice. And also GM's cheaping out. There's cloth. I feel a cloth strip down here. It is beyond me as to how many of these vehicles, brand new vehicles that are super expensive, they do the little cloth strip in between the console and the seat because it saves probably 5 cents per vehicle. It's like, come on. I get it on a $20,000 car, but on an $80,000, almost $90,000 luxury pickup truck, just do leather the whole way down. Come on. I know that it's something that people will never see, but like once you know it's there, you know it's there. I love this 360 camera, by the way. Great system. So, as always, you know, once we get 26 Rams and Fords, I'll get some comparisons. But let me know your thoughts on the 6.2 Denali Ultimate. It's a very nice pickup truck. Really, I only think it's Ram that can compete with GM when it comes to the interior, because Ford's interiors aren't bad. They just are lacking the quality of materials and then just general build quality. Ford is great for performance, but when it comes to materials and build quality, they're just not there. They just feel kind of cheap. This feels like it's actually, it actually feels luxe, genuinely. So, that's all.